Hey everyone, my name is Matthew O'Brien, and this is a website that I've created, and I'm going to contextualize it, and I'm going to be giving my personal vision for Nightscapes. So let's get started here. Um, First, let's talk about our connection to the universe. It's known that humans have essentially come from stars, from supernova particularly. This is when a supernova is when a star explodes and it creates heavier elements besides hydrogen and helium. So things like carbon, things like iron, gold, zinc, any element that's heavier than hydrogen and helium will be created in supernova. So what this means for planet Earth, for the organisms on the Earth, is that we are recycled matter in the universe that has amalgamated over time to form what we see today. Let's talk about the Earth system and sustainability and what that means for sustainable energy and LEDs. So the Earth system is a cybernetic system, which means that there's forces that that are generated by the energy on Earth, and they oscillate back and forth. Now, if one system, like for example, let's take the most urgent global warming, when we put too much carbon, humans put too much carbon dioxide into the atmosphere, it's going to destabilize the cybernetic system in the sense that this pattern will oscillate too far. It's going to be amplified too far in one direction so that another guiding force on the opposite oscillation, it won't be able to pull it back. It's gonna oscillate too far in one direction, and it's gonna destabilize the Earth system. So, in terms of sustainability, as we use resources and we discover the negative repercussions, the unintended consequences of resources, sustainability it also comes into question when we create LED light bulbs to further the efficiency of bulbs. It's not thought of that we will run out of the rare earth metals that are essential to making those LED devices. So, from an engineer's perspective and from a mechanical, electrical, uh, uh, a mining engineer's perspective, we need to think of new compounds, new chemicals that can be used for organic LEDs, because it's certain that we will run out of rare earth metals that we need to make LED light bulbs. So we need to transfer from LED to OLED. Next, let's briefly talk about uh, light pollution and injustice. So as as industrial activities increase in some parts of the city, we will see more wattage being spent on that lighting around these industrial zones. And this has a lot of negative repercussions for the citizens living around the area. They may deal with glare, light trespass, and Daniel Mendoza from the University of Utah has spoken about the percentage of white people going down as wattage goes up. So there's some type of inverse relationship there. Further, more car crashes happen in these areas, in industrial areas where there is a problem with light pollution and glare specifically. There are many more accidents in these areas. And ultimately, um, people of low socioeconomic class and people of minority groups deal with these issues most, unfortunately. And now let's start talking about my vision for a nightscape. Oftentimes, the nightscape in many areas is not very inviting, especially in these industrial zones. And many times you will find graffiti in these industrial areas. And one of the reasons, from an artist's perspective, is that these areas are are so distant from art in so many ways that people force art onto architecture and other mechanical um, devices and cargo mechanisms such as trains. They will force art onto the urban environment, and it's because they can't stand living in these places with devoid of beauty, so they force art into this environment. So when I think about a place that is a beautiful nightscape, it underscores our connection to the universe. One, we can see the stars. Two, there's art that's illuminated, and the engineers have um, developed OLEDs and designs. Art architects and artists, they design designs that fully shield these OLED lights, and further we can illuminate this environment to be very exciting with red, blue, different colors of light. And and thinking back to the Hubble Space Telescope and great scientific research and art, as um, as C.G. Jung, who has developed a whole entire book that to represent the psyche and our connection to the universe. With this in mind, the Hubble Space Telescope, we have created amazing things in terms of science and technology, and art, and these need to be adapted to the urban fabric at large. And I'll leave y'all with that. Thank you very much for listening.